I sometimes like to just cut down books for no reason other than to cut them down. So I saw my little cover just sitting here. This is a D-ringed Moterm in the black. Just took the rings out. And it was just sitting there, and I was like, oh, what notebook do I have to cut down? And I have this Jesus book, Moleskine, expanded grid. I had already cut the back off of it because why not? So there's a lot of pages left in here. So what I would normally do is just start taking stuff out that I know is in with kind of washi or whatever. And some of these pages obviously won't be salvaged. I guess I just really don't care about that. When I start to want to do something, I just do it. I don't look for all of these different reasonings as to why not to do it. I just go for anything. So I don't even know what the dimensions would be. I think this could fit in. No, it wouldn't. So I would have to cut a little off the side and a whole bunch, well, not a whole bunch, but off the top. So how I would do that, because clearly I'm doing it to fit this book. So I kind of would just kind of get a ruler and just kind of go under. So that looks like, of course, my phone would ring. Looks like my husband got it. So what I would do first is use the scissors to kind of cut the front tab and the back tab. And I'm not being precise whatsoever. Okay? And I would not suggest you do things like me unless you really don't care. I am one of those ones that doesn't care. I just kind of go for things. And then, like, I just make it work. If it doesn't fit, I just find a different cover. Like, I don't know. I just make things work. So I'm just going to kind of take off where I feel the back needs to be taken off. Like, I'll just kind of really just, I don't know, rip it. Even though I just tore that part. Doesn't matter because that's kind of coming off anyhow with me. So I'm cutting all of that off, essentially. And what I do is I'll kind of use my ruler and just stick this down so it stays there. And then I just kind of go to town with my cutter. And I try to put as much pressure as I can. I try to just keep my hand steady and just keep going for it over and over and over. My daughter's into watching, what is it, Wheel of Fortune? Is this Wheel of Fortune? I forget what it is called. With Drew Carey? Oh my gosh, I don't know. So I have that playing in the background. She's so funny. She's like, oh, mommy, they want a car. I was like, how entirely cute. So this is where I kind of get impatient. And I just keep going. Some would say go to Office Depot. I'm not going to Office Depot right now. And even if, you know, COVID wasn't around, I guess I wouldn't go to Office Depot because I like cutting stuff on my own. Something about, it's kind of like, have you guys seen those, They Wreck the Room? Have you seen those shows? Or those places where you can go and just destroy stuff? I think that is totally me. See, I had a feeling I wasn't cutting all the way through. And this technically happens. And when it does, I kind of will just come over here. I'll get to like I knew it wasn't going all the way through. That probably won't work either. See, these are a hard to cut down. Because obviously it's a very thick book, but if you have time, just keep at it, like, keep going. You gotta have patience. I don't have a lot of patience, which is why it's like a sickness. I love cutting, but I kind of like also am impatient with it all. So I need to get in. So this is where I start ripping stuff because it's You asked how I cut things down. You may not think it's the smartest method, but I didn't ask for your opinion. And the reason why I'm being a little snappy is because I really can't stand people who are negative on my channel. I remove them, by the way. Let's just talk about it for a minute. I had a lady say, "This is my pet peeve. Why do you do this? Why do you do that?" I'm like, this is where you'll probably... I blocked her, took her off. She was like some troll, of course. And I'm only addressing it because I'm just like, do you really live your life like that? Like, you really go to the internet and like don't even put a profile picture on, and then you just kind of talk crap? I'm like, do you really live your life like that, dog? Like, really? But I don't, this is the way I do stuff. You asked me, I'll show you. It may not be economical. It may not be like the smartest way. It's my way. And for that, I'm proud of it. She also says, why do you call your things hot mess planning? That's like putting yourself down. Really, Karen? I call it hot mess planning because meaning like I'm a squirrel, not like I'm a hot mess. And yeah, actually I am a hot mess, saved by the grace of God. So I don't put myself down, little girl. So you can go on to a different channel. I do things how I want, when I want. And your little self is not gonna, like, someone say, pray for her. Okay. So this is my way of doing stuff. I just kind of keep at it. It could be crooked. It could be like completely jacked. But I think that's the beauty in it. Like, I like that it's mine. I created it. I had a vision for it. I don't even know if that makes sense, but I like that about a lot of the books I use. Let me see. And my nose, man, gosh, guys, sorry. It's like running away. We're running away. See, I'm almost there. So it's that binding, especially if you're going to cut the top and not the side. Well, if you're just doing the sides, it would be just fine. It's because I'm getting to the binding, and it's loosening. That's like basically the only part that's still there. And I don't know if this doesn't work. I didn't have this much trouble last time. It's like not coming off. I'm gonna make it come off. How about that? I'm gonna make you come off, boo. I made a big old mess. What are we in? 10 minutes in? Hilarious. Get off. So, it will come with my scissors. Like, to me, paper is paper. Like, I don't, as long as it's down to the size I want it to be, I don't really care if it's smooth. I like it. It's probably crooked. It is, but you know, because it's grid, I can go kind of fix that. You know, if I'm just kind of chilling one day, I can go fix it, but it's like not my main concern. So let's close this up. I have like a whole lot of trash on my desk. Well, my table, really. Oops. I'm just gonna kind of throw it away. Now, I'm just gonna see if the height is fine. Because I feel like the height is good. So I would probably only need to cut a sliver off. And then like for the pages that I have already used, sometimes I just try to take off the little, what is it called? The what you call it? And then I'll see the bindings kind of coming off right there. But that's okay, because I'll use I don't know why in the morning I get like the most nasty congestion. Like, you want to hear about that, but it's just what it is. So it is, talk about pet peeves. It is a pet peeve of mine for people to be like all snot-nosed. But that's totally what's happening to me. So it's in there in this little, so once I cut the sides, I'll be able to like put it in. So I don't know. Hence the name Expanded. I guess that little binding will hold it. So then what are we gonna do to the side, you say? We're just gonna come and do the same exact thing. The Price is Right, that's the name. Now this is easier because it's just cutting off the side. And my whatchamacallit does that because I need a new blade and I cannot find my blades. So I think I need to go to the store and just get a new box cutter. One of my friends was like, I'm taking the box cutter away from you. I'm like, why? It's my freaking therapy. Don't do that. It's also like the challenge of, I have an idea, I have a thought behind it. And then you would say probably, what are you gonna use this for? I'm like, I don't know. But I have an idea, I have a thought behind it. And it's the challenge of making it happen. So I'm just going down and cutting the side. So I'm that much. And the expanded ones are clearly ones that has 400 pages, so you gotta like keep going. And again, if it bothers you to have like, then clearly don't do it. If it bothers you to be all like, your edges are jagged, your book's not perfect, yeah, go to Office Studio. I think they charge like $2 or $3. It's not expensive at all, and they do it in like 2.5 seconds with their big old machine. I wish I had a paper cutter. Sometimes I'll just switch sides to get through the book more. Again, I clearly don't care if it's you know, it doesn't even feel like a Monday, guys. It feels like a Friday or something. Totally a Monday, Monique. Liberty. My daughter's like going through this stage where she'll want to eat breakfast in the morning. She's just like, I don't know. She's like doing this new thing where and then she's having trouble with her sleep. So I'm like, oh, it sucks. So she's just laying over there, doing her thing, being cute. So I'm literally about to use the scissors now. You would think I'd have some really cute scissors or really nice ones. I don't. I need to. So I have like 5,000 different notebooks. And my companions are the ones where I'm just play in the paper and the sizes with the covers. I find excuses to use, because I mean, they're like blank notebooks. Like, that's awesome. So I don't know what I'll use this for. I just like setting it up, figuring it out. Clearly I'm like upside down. Some of the stuff that's in it is just Bible study. I mean, It's not something I can't rewrite or just do again. So it's completely jacked up. And then one thing where what I do too is like when I'm actually using the page and I get to that part, if I feel it is like extremely jagged, I'll just fix it with my scissors while I'm on that page, if that makes sense. But for the most part, I try to like just come through the book and clean it up. That's all, folks. That's all you see me doing. I'm gonna go to Hobby Lobby later. Oh, I missed a whole entire section of so if this is boring for you to watch, clearly go on one of my other channels or one of my other videos. But I do get a lot of questions about how I cut down a notebook. I swear to you, it is no wonderful way. It's actually very Rambo-like. But I love that about myself. I'm so thankful for God and the gifts that he gives people, you know what I mean? And what he does for me. So I will fix that later. So let's just see how it fits now. Let's put that there. And now it fits wonderfully like a glove. So I could start to set this up. I still have some of the pages salvaged, like in the front. These I probably glue together. That lady's happy. Just kind of glue it. I've already taken everything I needed off these pages. So then when I come and start to, use it, or sometimes I'll just kind of leave it in like so that I can, use some of this area. Then I start there and I start like, if there is any binding that's jacked up or anything, I just kind of use washi. And now I have Moleskine paper to use. So see, as I kind of go through it down here, because of the grid, it's so easy to kind of now cut and make the rest of the pages straight because of the grid. Now, I ordered more Moleskine, more Steology paper, because I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love having options to cut stuff whenever I'm feeling like I want to. You know what I mean? And so excited. So I think some comes tomorrow. I think the Moleskine expanded and the Steology comes. I also got a daily 2020 Moleskine in the large size to do God knows what with. Yeah, you ready now? You're a baby dinosaur? And a mommy dinosaur too, best friend? I love you so much. Are you my best friend? She's like, whatever, Mom. So now, oh, gotta cut the back. I feel like it's at a pretty decent size. Now the sides are kind of nice now. So there is like this area, which I'll probably glue. It's gonna be kind of a weird little area, but once I get to it, it'll be okay. That's why I kind of like the expanded. It's pretty cool. So then, you know, when I get to it, I'll use the page, but the middle of the binding is a little different. But I mean, as many of times where I kind of like put my books up and use them, it's not going to bother me as much. It's just basically these little pages. Shoot, I might just cut them out. You're like, Monique, you're doing the most. And I'm like, I know. So that's kind of there in the middle, doing funny things. But I really like that I have peace of mind knowing all of those used pages are gone. I don't know why I just didn't cut it out from the jump. But that's like marks halfway point anyhow. And then when I get to it, I mean, I'll have a little, you know, hump. This video is freaking long. I think it's one of my longest videos. But I told myself that I really wanted to show you what I really do with cutting down a notebook. Like, no joke. I want you guys to see it because it is not a perfect process. It's therapeutic to me, oh my gosh, to cut up paper. And I'm like, why not show them? Why not show them? I love it. Now I feel like I just have a whole book to use in this cute little cover. I've got all of the stuff everywhere. Basically just used these tools and my scissors. I'm not linking the book. Just literally go to Amazon and type in Moleskine expanded grid. It'll pop right up. So that's what I did, my friends. Again, that's my process. So thanks for sticking around for like 30 minutes, 29 minutes. God bless you.